Hello, lovelies. Here we are together. It is July 3rd. It is the day before Independence Day. And that is why I have selected for us to experience embodied independence. Embodied independence. Just breathe that in for a moment. Were I to fully embody independence, what would that feel like? How might I show up differently? How might I show up exactly the same? That is where we're going today. So if you're new here, in Facebook, we are streaming into the Awake Free Expansive community. And on Instagram, hello Instagram, we are streaming into the ADHD Love Legacy channel. So these two ideas come together. We get to feel awake, we get to feel free, we get to feel expansive. And of course, you are making an imprint everywhere you go, which is your love legacy. And that is why I am Andrea Luzon, Legacy Liberator. Because for me, I went through an extremely dark night of the soul where I was not living my potential. I was really in the darkness. I was really in not living my potential, my true fulfillment, like fulfilling my soul purpose. So I want to thank everyone who's here. It's really a joy of mine to do this the first Monday of every month. Part of me is connecting with the idea that perhaps I switch these to be more following the moon. But for me, being that I still have a high analytical brain, having this gathering at the beginning of each month still feels right for me. It still feels nourishing. It still feels like it's on target with who I am. So for many months now, we have hosted these events on the first Monday of the month. So again, I want to thank you. You might notice that I'm in a different environment than I usually record. And that is because I am at a lake house in Minnesota. It's a gathering of family and friends, and it's truly an honor to have you here with me today. So thank you so much, simply for being here, simply for connecting and tapping in. Okay, so my loves, yes, 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 embodied independence. So allow yourself to breathe that in. Just breathing that in. So allow yourself to welcome your full mind, body, spirit to being present. If you're open to it, you can flutter your eyelids closed for a few moments and just let my words just kind of wash over you. Welcome to the Momentum Ritual. My name is Andrea Luzon, Legacy Liberator. I help heart-centered leaders liberate their love legacy. And I especially advocate for neurodiversity affirming families. So it's really about shifting your life from stressed to satisfied. It's really about bringing harmony to your life, to the people around you, to your family. And it's really about you building a love legacy in all of your relationships. So allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale, breathe that in. And as you exhale, just say to yourself inside your mind, I am creating a love legacy in my life. Ooh, breathe that out. And again, a nice deep inhale, nice and deep on your next in-breath. And exhale out. Oh, sometimes I like to shimmy and just release anything that is feeling stuck, that is feeling tight or tense. So your love legacy is really being built inside of you because it is the unique imprint that you make on hearts and minds through your presence, through your words, and through your deeds. And the real crux of it is that your imprint is happening here inside of you first, and then it's going out into the world, into all of your relationships. So we really get to be clear on how we're talking to ourselves, on what are our belief systems, what are our behavior patterns, are we living the love legacy that our soul is calling us to live? This is a momentum ritual. So this gathering on the first Monday of each month, this is about, it's like turning your ignition key all the way on. It's about bringing yourself back to your intentions, back to your integrity, and really living from that sacred independence and having that move out into the world. So if you're not feeling like you have a sacred belonging, then being independent, walking to the beat of your own drum is not going to be as effortless. It's not going to be as intuitive. It's not going to be as fully embraced and empowered, because you're not having that sacred place of belonging from which to bounce out and really be yourself, be fully embodied in your independence. There's a special method of tuning in with your divine compass, your soul, your spirit self, and then creating magic from that place. Okay, so I'm going to say that one more time. Today, we are exploring embodied independence. And this is a special method of tuning in with your divine compass, your soul, your spirit self, and then creating magic in your life from that place. So allow yourself to breathe that in on your next inhale, make it nice and deep. And exhale out, just allowing that information to settle in. So before we move too far into our exercise today, I invite you to blink open and close your eyelids, allowing yourself that nice deep inhale that feels really nourishing, really full, really expansive. And I'm going to invite us to explore some movement. So for those of you who are feeling brave and really ready to embody your sacred independence, my request to you is going to be to stand up. And I'm going to start with something really simple. I'm going to start with really simple, easy music. And then perhaps we will be shifting into something more deep. So my invitation for you is to stand now. I'm going to move my chair over. I'm going to stand with you. Okay, loves. Here we go. What we're going to start with is simply bringing your feet a little bit wide, a little bit wider than your hips. And I just would like you to place your hands on your hips. Okay? And I'd like for you to start out with your hip kind of tilted out to one side, and then tilt your hips forward, like kind of leaning back, and then tilt to the other side. And then now stick your butt out and then go back to the beginning. So this is a nice, gentle hip rotation. Back, side, front, side, back, front, back, side, front, side. Now, if you're open to it, allow yourself to close your eyes. So you don't have to see me to do this. Okay, so, all right. So around we go. Nice deep breaths. Oh, exhale with some sound. Ha 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 ha. Oh, beautiful. Okay, now come to stillness. And now I invite you to start on the opposite side, then rotate front, and then to the side, and then to the back. Okay, so here we go. The other direction. And now let me share a little bit with you as you are rotating your hips. Perhaps you are familiar with the chakra system. Perhaps you are not. But I'd like you to visualize that far below your belly button, more in line with, your mons pubis, the mound before your legs separate. For men, that's where your genitals are right there. And for women, ours is a little bit lower. So it's the mound right above where your legs separate. So your mons pubis. So from the mons pubis to the bottom of your tailbone, this whole area, from the bottom of the tailbone to the mons pubis, imagine that there's this red light. And imagine that that red light has a gentle turn to it. It's almost like a red ball of energy, and it's slightly turning. And for those of us who have studied the chakras, this red light is your root chakra. This place is the root of your belief in belonging, your trust that the world has your back, your just knowing that as you go out into the world and create, that the general sense of energy is positive. Okay, that you belong to this planet, you belong to this body, you belong to this mind, you belong to these experiences in a sacred way. So what we're playing with right now is just kind of waking up that sacred place inside of you that trusts that you are meant to be here, that you are safe, that you belong, okay? That life is happening for you. This is the root of those beliefs. And it is where that place began of, oh, wow, the world has my back. I'm meant to be here. Okay? So breathe that in for a moment. And I would love for you to say, I belong in a sacred way. Okay? I belong in a sacred way. Okay, loves. So again, breathe that in. I belong in a sacred way. Okay, rotating the hips. Maybe you've changed direction again. Maybe you're making it more pronounced. Okay, lovely. And now I don't know if you've ever done a Shakira belly dance move, and the camera's probably going to bounce when I do this, but basically you pop each knee and it gets your hips rotating. It gets your hips bouncing. So you pop, right knee, left knee, right knee, left knee. And you'll notice that your hips tilt. And then, like, for those of us who've practiced this before, you can flutter. You can kind of get your hips to kind of flutter. Allow yourself to breathe in. And again, just shake your hips, whatever feels good. Makes me want to hop on stage with Shakira and shake it out. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to explore some dance. That is what we are exploring next. So I'm going to shift our song to something a little more high energy, and I invite you to come with me on this journey. Okay, let's do this. This is called Need You in My Life. It is a playful song, and imagine that your soul is saying, come on, I need you. Come on, I need you in my life. I need you to wake up this body, okay? I need you to wake up this body. So here we go. 3 minutes. You can move your body for 3 minutes, even if you just stretch and shake. Like, that's another invitation, is to bounce on the heel up and down on your tippy toes and shake your hands. And the whole room is shaking with me. I'm in a very old cabin. Okay, so here we go with this music.
You know I need you. You know I want you. Mama, I need you. Mama, I need you. You know I need you. You know I want you. Mama, I need you. Mama, I need you.
I need you.
You know I need you. You know I want you. Mama, I need you. Come and see me, baby. You know I need you. Mama, I need you. Mama, I need you.
Lovely. Way to move your body. And now just to integrate the hip movement, the shaking, the stretching, and the dancing, quick invitation to you. Make sure you take your right hand. This is your right hand. It might be flipped on camera. Place it in line with your bra for us ladies underneath the armpit. Okay, so right there. So in line with your breast, underneath the arm, like hugging your armpit, okay? Other hand, anywhere on your shoulder, your neck, or down to the elbow, okay? And I invite you to just, you can stay standing, you can sit down, but notice what you are noticing. Notice the air moving in and out of your lungs. Notice your heart beating into your hand. Notice the aliveness. Notice the breath. Notice your heartbeat. Tune into your five senses. What do you taste in your mouth? I taste coffee. What do you smell? I smell wet grass. What do you hear? You hear my voice. What else do you hear? I hear the wind rustling the leaves on the trees. I hear birds chirping. Breathe that in. Feel whatever sensations are happening on each hand, on your skin. Sometimes it feels really good to cup one side of your cheek, especially with the opposite hand, opposite cheek. Just feel that. Just feel that love. That love that your sacred self has for your human self. Oh, it may feel good to move the hand that was on your chest to right between your legs. Right between your legs, that sacred root of belonging. So opposite hand to opposite cheek, and your right hand moves from under your armpit to down between your legs. Allow your eyelids to flutter closed, and just breathe that in. Notice any sensations that are coming up. Breathing in, exhaling out through the mouth with some sound. Breathing in, nice and deep, one more time. And now let your cheek lay onto that hand just a little bit more. Tilt your face into that opposite hand. Exhaling out if you haven't already. Inhale some energy between the hand and the cheek. Breathe into that space. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty nourished right now. So place your arms around each other. Give yourself a nice big hug. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, my loves. Return yourself to your chair. Or perhaps you want to lie down. Lying down might feel good. So if you have been here before, you know that we always bring a notebook. If you've not been here before, if this is your first time, then maybe you have a scratch piece of paper around. Maybe you can go get a notebook. I love to put the date on my paper. That feels really nourishing for me. And for those of you who have been here since the beginning, even if you're watching the recording, we are gathered on the day before Independence Day is celebrated in the United States. Thus, the theme for the day is embodying your sacred independence. So maybe you feel called to write, embody my independence across the top of your page. Embody my independence. Okay. I also usually write momentum ritual. So we are magnetizing in momentum, in embodying sacred independence, our own unique imprint of sacred independence. So place one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Feel your breath expanding your body. Feel your heartbeat thumping in your chest. Breathing in a way that feels relaxing and nourishing and deep. Allow your eyelids to blink closed. If you are comfortable, your eyelids blinking closed, and follow my voice. Speak these words inside of your mind. Let these words be your own. I feel my face relaxing. I feel the muscles across my forehead loosening. My jaw is beginning to slacken. My shoulders are lowering, and the muscles are smoothing down my back. I feel myself relaxing into the present moment. I am breathing in a way that feels restorative. I allow my breaths to be long and deep. With your eyelids closed, listen to the definition of independent and just notice whatever you notice. To be independent is to be free from outside control. Independence is to be not dependent on another's authority. Independence is about equality, reciprocity, feeling safe to be vulnerable, and mutual respect. Independence is about being an individual, being unique, being free. So continue to listen to each of these prompts with your eyes closed. But if you have an idea of something that bubbles out, then use your pen and paper to jot down whatever you feel like jotting down, and then return to a closed eye position. Number 1, tuning my spirit self with the energy of independence. What feels like a sacred yes to support my independence? So tuning my spirit self with the energy of independence. What feels like a sacred yes to support my independence? Just let that question wash over you. I'm tuning into my spirit self. I'm tuning into the energy of independence. And what feels like a sacred yes in that energy of independence? Number 2, as I listen to my soul, what else feels like a sacred yes to support my independence? As I listen to my soul, what else feels like a sacred yes to support my independence? And allow yourself to write down whatever comes up if you feel like writing. If not, it is okay to just sit with these questions. Number 3, tuning my spirit self with the energy of independence. What feels like a sacred no to support my independence? Again, tuning my spirit self with the energy of independence. What feels like a sacred no to support my independence? Mm. Mm. As I listen to my soul, what else feels like a sacred no to support my independence? As I listen to my soul, what else feels like a sacred no that supports my independence? Okay, what is my soul asking me to say no to that will help me live in the sacred embodiment of independence? Sometimes the answers make me laugh. Okay. Now I invite you to visualize yourself engaging in the ways of being and the actions guided to you by your sacred self today. So allow your inner eye to fly across your life and witness you showing up this way. Okay, again, visualize yourself engaging in the ways of being and the actions guided to you by your sacred self today. Allow your inner eye to fly across your life and witness yourself showing up that way. I hope you're having fun visualizing you living your life in that sacred, independent yes and that sacred, independent no, right? So living, not just having the ideas of how you want to live in an embodied, independent way, but being in action about it, truly being in action about it. I recommend that you come back to these questions and this guided meditation later today. You can find the recording in the Awake Free Expansive community on Facebook, on my Instagram channel at ADHD Love Legacy, and it will be posted to my YouTube channel. Just search for Andrea Luzon. That is Andrea Luzon. And you can find this channel going live on the first Monday of the month, every first Monday of the month at 7 a.m. Pacific time. If this experience opened you up today, please know that you can sign up for one of the 2 coaching spots that are open right now to receive Legacy Liberation coaching. My clients receive support, guidance, and accountability to make measured progress in their lives. And it's really about liberating the love legacy inside of you. That is the work, having your inner experience reflected in your outer life. That is really what this work is about. For those of you who would like to stay afterwards, connect more deeply with me, come over to the Zoom room. You can get there by being on my email list. You would go to andrealuzon.com and click being added to being one of my contacts. And I will always share the Zoom link with you so that you can come over and have a more intimate experience by interacting through Zoom. The Momentum Ritual takes place on the first Monday of every month. Thank you so much for sharing your presence with us. Again, I'm Andrea Luzon, Legacy Liberator. I hope to see you next time.